Chilly outside tonight. Nothing unusual for early November, but certainly a chill in the air. Most of us in the 40s. Gonzales, Baton Rouge, Macomb, all 47. Home at a Patterson right now at 48. Now, this is the point I was making earlier. On a night like tonight, where skies are clear and winds are light, we can look at the dew point as a rough kind of bottom shelf where the temperature may end up. And you can see dew points are in the low to mid 40s in many areas. So it says there's not all that much more room for the temperature to drop. The dew point may come down a little bit through the overnight, but I'm not worried about temperatures continuing to nosedive, and most of us should not make it down into the 30s. So here's what I do have to start out tomorrow morning. The National Weather Service, but really I'm kind of matching up with them. 43 for a low here in Baton Rouge, low to mid 40s for most to start out on Tuesday. Very similar to what we had this morning. A few outlying spots, traditional cool spots could sneak into the upper 30s, but kind of like today too, it warms up pretty quickly after the chilly start, up to around 70 at lunchtime, and the afternoon even a bit warmer. Highs in mid 70s, sunshine throughout the day. Starting to see a little bit of a warming trend as the wind begins to shift around. Note that direction southeast at about 5 to 10 into the afternoon. Overall, it's quiet. Nothing happening along the Gulf Coast. Nothing happening really over the deep south. Got a storm system lifting out into the Atlantic. Some showers up into the northeast and parts of New England, but we look out west, there's a bit of a building ridge of high pressure just west of us. That'll be moving overhead the next couple of days. That's why it'll be trending warmer. That will also keep us mainly dry, and it's not much. There is a little subtle disturbance here in the Pacific. That'll move eastward. That'll give us our next slight chance of rain coming up on Saturday, but rain looks to be hard to come by for the next 7 days, not only locally, but you can see across much of the south central and western U.S., not much along the Gulf Coast. This is the 7-day outlook, and the Weather Prediction Center largely keeping it pretty dry here. I do have a couple of small rain chances on the board between now and next Monday, which I'll show you in a second, but you get the idea. Rain unlikely to amount to much for most of the area over the next week or even beyond that. Did want to just give you a quick update on the tropics. Of course, Melissa, thankfully, now is long gone. We're still officially in hurricane season in November, but we're on the tail end. We can shut down things for the northern Gulf Coast. Unlikely to see anything at this point in the season. Some thunderstorm activity in the southwestern Caribbean at times. Models of signal maybe we still spit another system out of the western Caribbean, but even if something happens, cold fronts coming down on a regular basis now are going to block anything from really moving into the Gulf or up in our direction. All right, so here's what we do expect. Sunshine tomorrow, chilly start, beautiful afternoon, a high of 74. Trending warmer through the remainder of the week, up to 80 by Thursday, 83 Friday. You're going to feel that. And that's one of our small rain chances coming up on Friday at about 20%. Right now I've got Saturday mainly dry, keeping it warm, a high of 82. And then Sunday is our next small rain chance as a cold front moves in. That chance less than 20%. Still mild Sunday, but as that front moves through, it'll pack a decent punch, and that'll be our next significant cool down into early next week. By Monday morning, we're back into the 40s, highs in the 60s, and probably even a little bit cooler, especially with our lows just beyond our 7-day outlook. All right.